Alright guys, I am getting ready to do the seals on my timing chain cover. So I bought a kit, again a timing chain kit, and what that gives you is your seals, and if you can see in there, there's gaskets for the water pump. And then what I bought was a tool. Boy, this is simple. I probably could have made one of these being a machinist, but whatever. I'm just going to use the GM seal, so I'll keep that one as a spare. My part number for 1995, TCS 45956. Alright, so here's a good look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace this seal here and this large seal here. Removing them hopefully is simple. So just by looking at the design of this, there's a looks like a notch here to get a screwdriver in there. It goes in at an angle. There's no way you're going to by hand put a screwdriver in there and pry it out. I don't see any room for that. But if you put the screwdriver blade on that angle, I think you can tap it in. Okay, it's pretty much out. So you see what I did there. Every time I tapped it to put the screwdriver back in, it pushed it back in. It was out far enough that what I did was I put it in, but instead of tapping straight down, I, with leverage, pulled it this way and tapped it at the same time, almost like a wedge prying it out. Now I can get my screwdriver right down in beside there, and there it is, just like that, guys. Came right out. And so now for the larger one, what a lot of people are using are lockjaw or slip joint pliers, and I don't have any at home. I'm going to try and put a small crescent wrench, open this to the width of this slot, and see if I can't pull it out. Okay, that's working. That's working. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a small adjustable wrench, putting it inside the lip. There's 3 bolts in here. I'm kind of using the bolts for leverage. I can't get at this one. My balancer's in the way. Look at that, came right out. Came right out. Okay, I put some grease on there and some grease on here. Let's see if this slides over it. Make sure I get the oil out of here. Slide this on. Tap this on. I'm using a 3/4 inch. I'm using an impact socket because it's thicker. I think it's gonna have more surface contact. So now for the distributor seal. There's not as much room on this one. I'm gonna put the bottom in first because the balancer's in the way. Can't really get it out of the way. I'm gonna get the bottom in first. What I meant, I put the bottom in first and then tap around the sides and top versus tapping on the top first and having the bottom kick out. There's not a lot of room on the bottom for leverage. You want a small hammer. Okay, I'm in. So what I'm gonna do now, take a block of wood and hammer it home. Okay, my block of wood was too big. It was hitting these bolts. So it is important to have a piece of wood just big enough to cover this, or else you're going to get interference from some of these other mounting features. Okay, it's not gonna get below this surface. With the piece of wood like everybody else uses, which is what I'm doing, I'm doing what I see on the internet. I don't know if that's good or bad. You have to be careful. You do not want to overdo this. If you lay a piece of wood over this, you'll never get this lower than any of these casted features. It'll never go lower than that. I thought I would be okay if I didn't hit these. I believe these are the 3 spots where the Opti bolts in. So I laid my long piece of wood through here and tapped on it and it worked great. But these 2 bolts here are actually higher than the metal, which means none of this is gonna be in all the way, or the same as this side. All of this casting on the timing chain cover, you'll never, with a block of wood, you'll never be able to get it lower than that unless you have a round piece of wood smaller than all of this. Then you're guaranteed to get that flush.